Freaking awesome.
All right, so Minecraft YouTuber Dream, the person who's never been seen, what he actually looks like, former now speedrunner, and then also mostly like content creator for Minecraft, has finally come out, sort of coming out saying that yes, how do you say this? It's not that he admits to cheating. He admits that there were mods on his setup, and then therefore his runs weren't legitimate, as everyone understood they weren't, based on the maths and the stats.
It's almost like I'd written it in a way to help you in that run sheet.
No, but I'm trying to find my own words.
He confessed that unintentionally that it was a modded speedrun.
Yes, yeah. That's the easiest way to say it. It's unintentionally a modded speedrun. So we covered this in episode 24, and our conclusion was that he cheated.
I think it was pretty much the consensus after all the stats came out that it was mathematically, like, the odds were so improbable.
Yeah, it was just, to have a sequence of runs where he was having so much luck. You could have one lucky run, but to have it over and over and over again. But let's get to his statement. So he did issue a statement on Pastebin, and it was really long. Like, it was crazy how long the statement was. What was your feeling of his statement, Swinny? Like, we're not going to go through the whole statement, but
no. Look, my first reaction in general to the fact that he'd confessed was, he got caught out, and he wanted to he wanted to find an angle here, right? That was my initial reaction. But over time, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence now, because I could see basically what he's saying is that that there was a server-side plugin that, according to his API logs, was shown that it wasn't active, and it's a mod that they had previously disclosed that they used for other Minecraft content videos to make them more interesting, so that the drop rates weren't horrible. And apparently they had disclosed that in the past. Like, I don't watch the guy, so I'm just going off his statement here.
Yeah, this is for like his Manhunt series. And they're insanely popular. It's like literally will get millions of views each video.
Yeah, and he basically in his statement says that he was 99% certain that wouldn't have been a thing, and it wasn't showing up apparently in his logs. And I'm not going to get into the technical side of things, because first of all, I don't understand it. Second of all, it's not that interesting. But basically, he's saying that, look, it turns out that it was active, and that he is obviously now confessing, and he goes quite at length into his relationship with the Minecraft mod team, and how some of it still feels very defensive, where he feels that he was unfairly picked upon with this. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, they were correct. The thing, so I think they were justified in their treatment.
The thing that I don't buy about this whole thing is not that, I could even almost accept maybe he didn't realize the mods were on. Like, in terms of, I didn't purposely switch them on, right? But we've all played games, right? And the thing is, it's like Rocket League. I played, 500 plus hours of Rocket League, right? So think about games where you've played that much. If all of a sudden, I'm hitting the ball and the ball is going 2 times the speed, I'll notice it straight away. And I feel like you guys, like, playing certain games that you just know back to front. When something has changed in the game, you just notice it straight away. And that's the part to me that I just call bullshit on what he's saying fundamentally, because there's no way he was playing it and going, feels totally normal. That every single run I do, I'm just getting through these big hurdles without really much pushback on multiple runs, like run after run after. There was like 6 runs where he had like insane luck. And that's the part that I just think complete bullshit. Like, he would have known. He would have been like, wait a second, this is like, something's gone wrong here. And, post that, I think everything's damage control from my perspective.
Yeah, it's interesting. The reason why I'm now on the fence is that, thinking about it, he had way more to lose than to gain with this. Right? To get found out as a cheater by knowingly cheating, he had way more to lose than gain. Like, he like just look at the he's got had 22.8 million subscribers, probably up to 23 by the time we covered this on the show. It's he doesn't need to have a world record to be popular and to make a career out of this stuff. Also, the dude, in terms of how he reacted to this whole thing, we've got to remember this dude is apparently 21, right? He's still a young dude.
We don't even really know who it is, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Apparently,
it's amazing to be that age and have 21 million subscribers.
And he goes in his statement. He goes in depth that he felt like he does not know anything about maths, and that's why he reached out. That. And so it's kind of hard, because as I said, my initial reaction was, "Oh, what a load of bullshit." But then it's the fact that, and I'd like to fact check this, but the fact that he said that, hey, they've disclosed in the past that they use this mods in their other content.
Oh yeah,
the part. No, but that's what I'm saying, is the part that makes me kind of think that maybe it was completely unintentional. It's kind of it's a tough thing.
I actually
think it's
don't
both.
think he cheated, in the sense of I am turning on the mod and then playing the game, right? I fully accept that it was on and he didn't realize. He didn't intentionally switch it on and then play. What I totally call bullshit on is he would have spent 2,000, 3,000 hours playing Minecraft, right? Because that's all he does. He would have spent 2,000, 3,000 hours playing Minecraft total in his life, right? And he's 21. So that if you're looking at a portion of his life, it's a huge portion of his life, there is zero chance that if you have 6 runs in a row and the odds of getting what you're getting are so astronomically different, you wouldn't notice. Of course you'd notice.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think he noticed after he'd set this record?
No, I think
you're saying he didn't know that. You said that it was unintentional that he had the mod on.
Yeah, but I think he would have realized during the run. And then getting called out for it. I'm sure he would have been shit, that didn't seem right. And now I'm backed in a corner, right? Mm-hmm. And then he even said in the statement, he's kind of coming out aggressively, and he regrets how he sort of lashed out at people. But I think it's more he knew it wasn't right. Something was a bit off. And then he's checked it. He's oh no, it's saying that I'm not cheating. I don't have the mods on. But you just know that it's not right. That's why people, when they were watching it, they were going, this is bullshit. Because it's impossible. Just the gut feel of the odds that you kind of, build into your body if you play these games so much. You just know if something's been tweaked in the game. People even do it when they, games get patched and they play the games religiously. They're oh, this gun is shit now. It's they don't know the stats for it, but they just get the feel of the game. And that's the part that I'm just nah, I'll never believe this guy. No way, man. This guy didn't feel like something was amiss in his runs.
Yeah, I think also the timing. I think there was a big Minecraft challenge event that happened, and this got released just afterwards. Is very telling there that I do think, as much as I think it was unintentional, I think he's known about this for a long time, and he's just was waiting for what seemed like the right time to try to open up about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, well, let's hope that's the last we ever talk about Dream. All right. And one thing is, I forgot to say, I went on this crazy deep dive. I want to find out who this guy is, right?
Stalker.
And,
you're going to dox him.
So, no, of course not.
No,
I just want to know who it is, right?
But still, he's stalking.
So I was okay, because there's one thing you can do, just language analysis. So you look through how people write, and then you look at bits where they've actually written something incorrectly. So it's you're not meant to write it like that, right? So he said something weight on his shoulder, right? Which is really odd. No one writes that. You always weight on my shoulders. And then he wrote something else. And I searched for those two things on the internet, and I found a hit where there was a fan fiction story where the author had used the exact same incorrect statements, right? And I was whoa, okay, cool, right?
What was the fan fiction about?
It was Doki Doki Panic, right?
Wait, Doki Doki Literature Club?
Yeah, sorry, Doki Doki Literature Club, sorry.
Yeah, it's two different.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. So, all right. So
I kind of want to see where this is going.
Then I was holy shit, have I discovered who Dream is, right? And then, so then what you do in those kind of analysis is then you look at other errors and then see if they're replicated. But you don't use, do you get what I'm saying?
I got exactly what you mean. Yeah.
So the other weird thing is that he said something nowhere, but he put a space between the no and the where. So then I started searching this author on this fan fiction site for like how do they spell nowhere, right? And I'm like searching for it, and then it came up with like no, and it was like WH something, and I'm like, whoa my god, and then it was just like no way or something like that or whatever, and it was like something totally different. And then I found the author used nowhere properly, and then I started looking some other stuff. I'm like, probably unlikely to be him.
So the motto of the story is
I didn't find them.
Be as inconsistent as you possibly can on the internet.
Intergot, it's always saying he doesn't have time to play.
I know,
games
exactly.
to play.
I couldn't play games last week. I was too sick. Meanwhile, I'm doing this detective freaking work, trying to figure out who this dude is that for some reason I'm still talking about.
How's it stalker?
Don't know why.
Stalker work? No, I thought it was interesting. I thought, man, how funny would that be? That could be the thing that breaks the podcast through.
Well, I mean, I'm
not sure if I want that. All right, do you want to move on to the bargain bin?
Yes, let's.